What a brilliant time to be popping out pockets of joy, pockets of love, pockets of heart.
Hi, everybody. This is Tara Hynes. We're here to have a little chat about the book Miracles Are Normal because we both contributed chapters. But
Yes, we did.
yeah, but you also contributed a chapter to Divine Rebirth. And what other book projects have you been involved in? Tell me about you.
Yes, I have contributed to Divine Rebirth. And
Mhm.
Divine Rebirth was an absolute blessing in my life. The time it landed in my life, the way it landed, where I was. Previous to Divine Rebirth 2023, I also was a co-author in Fearless Women Leaders was the
Ooh.
title, and then subtitle was Their Untold Stories Revealed.
Ooh, that sounds like a really good one. Yeah. Okay.
Curious, huh?
Ah, I've got to get that book as well.
Yes, and Miracles Are Normal is coming out on Friday, March 27th, and I could not be more thrilled. And I'm full of delight, and I cannot wait for the world to receive the beautiful stories of all the authors and our wonderful publisher, Dina. And what a brilliant time to be popping out pockets of joy, pockets of love, pockets of heart. I don't know about you, Lauren, but my connection to all these beautiful authors have been blessings and gifts, and I can't wait to connect more with everybody. But it's just so lovely to meet people in life that are so heart centered and understand maybe light and love and spirituality of whatever shape or form that is in people's life.
So, Tara, the first question I have for you is what is the work that you do in this world?
It's like how I be. So, what I do is how I be. Perhaps that's the simplest way. And I'm a psychotherapist, and I'm also a love of angels that runs really deep through my life. And I have studied angels. I am on my way to be a official qualified angel teacher, and that's with some of the work I've done with Diana Cooper's School of White Light. So that beautiful course, and I had a beautiful spiritual teacher, Penny, with that. And yes, I guess who I am. Here's the highlights. 20 years a nurse. So in my mind, it's like, oh, that's the body, the physical, meeting people in their most vulnerable and learning how to be there for them.
Mm.
And except in my journey as a nurse, it was like that's where the beginnings of angels. Well, actually, angels came in really early in my life. When I was 16 was the very, very first. No, 11, yeah, it goes back. How long is a piece of string? This connection has been here for a long time. And I heard a lot of whispers when I was nursing. So hearing things, connecting with nature, whispers of the wind. I'm quite a natural air sign. I'm a Libra, except I'm on the cusp of Libra. So I'm the very last day of Libra going into Scorpio. So this water, sea connection, air, land, fire. I think my journey at the moment is about cultivating the fire of love and helping that to flame and burn bright in the world. So I support people. I dismantle fear in a way and make it really simple for people because fear can be like food. There's different flavors, textures, shapes of fear, and some can be quite subtle as saffron.
Mm.
If we're not aware and if we can't see, it's really difficult then to move through life. It's very easy to feel overwhelmed then, and it's very easy to feel stress. So, what I do is I help people to feel lighter and to feel relief. And in a nutshell, that's it. The divine thread, that is very open to people because some people like that as part of a session, and some people it's like that's not their thing. And that's perfectly okay.
What do you mean by the divine thread? So you have a session. What is the divine thread? What happens?
Well, I guess it starts before the session.
Mm-hmm.
So before the session and before I ever meet anybody, I will spend time connecting with my light, my heart, and my divine thread. So the actual source of me and everything that anchors me, I connect with. And I simply embody presence, connect with presence, and connect with a presence that is loving. So that whomever I meet, I'm naturally inspired by. Because in them, I connect with the divine in them, the love in them. So, whatever the session is, because usually people will come with, oh, I'm struggling with this, or this has been, I'm overwhelmed with this. I'm feeling really stressed because naturally enough, I'm juggling so many balls in the air and it's really hard. It's really difficult, especially for people in those middle years when there is maybe perhaps aging parents, where there are perhaps children in their life or friends or people dying or work bullying. It's fast, fear shows up in every way. So it's in a way turning towards that fear, actually identifying what it is, what's frightening me, and then bringing up that love and care for the person themselves. Because in a way, the antidote to fear is love.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I'm a trained Hakomi practitioner. So since 2009, I've been learning that method. So that has run through my life alongside the psychotherapy. So that has made me a good all rounder in
Wow.
the sense of that is very presence based and it's in the body, it's somatic. We can do so many learnings that can be very mind orientated,
Mhm.
and yet our healing, our nature, the body knows how to heal itself. So, in a way, I'm a guide. I'm with you on your journey, in a way. Yeah.
In our recent interviews that I've been doing with people who are also authors of Miracles Are Normal, what we've ended up doing is we've introduced a bit of their magic onto the call.
Mm.
So, if you're open to that, do you want to share that magic today? Do you want to share a little bit of Hakomi for us so that we can experience it? Does that feel aligned, or would you like to share something else, something about angels?
Oh, wow. The choices. The choices. Yeah. Gosh. What might be meaningful for everybody? Oh, my goodness. So, as this is a spontaneous moment, I'm just going with the spontaneity because, sometimes
Brilliant.
there are no accidents, yeah?
Yeah.
And as regards Haikomi and how I could best give that, mm, I could gift perhaps a little mini session to anybody who's interested. That might be a
Oh.
way
So
that
it's a
people.
one-on-one thing. Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is better one on one, Lauren. Yeah. As regards the group, I'm just wondering if I popped and picked a card for the group.
Mm, beautiful. Who are we targeting today? Are we targeting all the authors of Miracles Are Normal, or everyone who's going to read the book and buy it on Friday?
Well, what about everybody who's listening right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Anyone who comes on and watches this video.
What about everyone who's listening? And we can
Yeah.
do one specifically for what actually one jumped already. We had a jumping already.
Okay.
Yes, you were saying it, and I said, okay, I'll go spontaneously. So I literally put my hand down into my handbag And as would regularly be in my handbag, there was a deck of cards. So, yeah, and they happen to be angel cards. I have many cards from I absolutely love oracle cards.
Mm.
I love them so, so much. And I came up on my very first little angel card deck when I was really, really young. They were only like little cardboard, little thin kind of rectangles,
Oh,
and they just had words like beauty, serenity, loving, kindness. The word, I think it was back in the 80s.
those back then as well. I have a couple of angel decks myself. I do love them. I love oracle decks. I agree.
So, how about if we're going to pick one? I'm going to leave the jumping card because that flew out. So, obviously, that's relevant. But what about if before we choose a card for everybody, how about we connect to our hearts
Good.
in a very simple, easy way? So, for anyone who's listening, and even right now, it's like if it feels easy to turn your attention inside in some way, I invite everybody to do that now. And that can be eyes open or eyes closed, or somewhere even between, perhaps bringing your eye gaze towards the floor. And let yourself let the day go like a beautiful waterfall where the water is just trickling down. Whatever has been pressing on your mind, whatever feels heavy to carry, know that you can lay it down for this moment. And it may feel good to bring a little bit of attention to your feet, to notice the ground supporting you. And if you don't have your feet on the ground, that's fine too. Let yourself be held or supported by wherever your feet are in contact with, be it lying down, be it in the chair that you're sitting on. And you may feel like releasing, like, oh, what a day. And let yourself sigh with sound or just breathe out, knowing and trusting that the body knows how to take the next breath and that there's nothing to do right now. And as you rest, there might be a particular place in your heart where it's really easy to experience love. It may be in the face of a person, a flower, beautiful landscape, the giggle of a child, softness of a hug from someone who cares about you. Let yourself find that place, that connection with love. And as you experience it, stay one more moment longer with it. See, can you allow your body absorb it even more? And as you open your eyes, or begin to open your eyes even, let the world and the room around you come to you without you having to do a thing. Seeing the colors, or the textures, or the shapes around you as you're opening your eyes, or the beautiful person in front of you. But there's some kind of something that feels a little bit different, perhaps, than before we started. And from this space, I'm going to choose a card for everybody. And I'm going to pop back the card that jumped out so that it's a full. And I will share what one jumped out. And may this card be a blessing for us all. Oh, I could cry. So what was chosen is Archangel Sandalphon. Tune into your divine potential. Bring the world into harmony. So if miracles are normal is coming out, and if we're all tuning into our divine potential, bringing the world into harmony, and that's the picture. Because I'm on the phone due to technical difficulties, I've had to go on a phone today. So there's purples, there's yellows, and there's a picture of an angel, an archangel, playing music, like a wooden flute with two little pieces of ribbon on it. There's a sunset in the background, mountain, and there's water. So I don't know, can you see
Yeah,
that, Lauren?
can actually see it. Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Lovely.
So is there anything, any meaning that you see from that as you look at it?
Well, I love the playing of the flute. That playing of that wind instrument that he has is like, it feels to me that when we share our gifts in the story of Miracles Are Normal or anywhere else, that we are singing our song, we're playing our music. It's our gift we bring to the world.
Yes, as individual as each note that is expressed.
Yeah. One of the questions I always used to ask in my interviews when I did my Inspiring Mompreneurs interviews was, if you were to die today, would you feel like your song was unsung, or do you feel like you had really delivered everything you wanted to in this life? And I think that us sharing our stories really is us singing our song out there. So it's the special music that we bring to the world when we share our gifts in that way. Yeah.
Completely. Completely. And
Mm.
I even had this image earlier today, something akin to what you've just shared. I had this image of layers and layers and layers of what I offer to the world, or the amount of light, or the dreams. When I die, I would love that if anybody has a memory, that it's a memory of some little bubble of love connection, that
Yeah.
there was some pocket of love shared that that person experienced. And that it's like it's layers and layers and layers. And the image, it might feel a bit morbid for people. And it's something that was very real, that it was kind of like, I wonder how deep my carpet is going to be with all that tapestry of colors. And it's like, oh, as I lie there and what falls down into Gaia, all the colors of every single little burst or pop of love that I've shared with people. My hope is that it's a really deep, deep, deep tapestry.
That is so beautiful. Do you do actually tapestry work? Have
Oh.
you created a tapestry? That's
No, I
interesting
used to
though.
crochet as a child. That's as
Ah,
close as I got to wool. So
right.
perhaps that's why it feels endearing to me.
That is such a beautiful, beautiful thought. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you definitely have shared love and pockets of joy and love and light on this call. It's been amazing. Just that meditation has already touched me and the others who are coming to watch this.
Oh,
Uh,
that's love.
yeah, however
That,
long.
oh, that's lovely. And I wonder, should I share a little bit of the message from this card?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just perhaps there's a message for someone listening.
Mhm.
So when you receive this card, you're advised to strengthen your spiritual foundation. Call on Archangel Sandalphon to help you develop your Earth Star chakra and open up the higher potential of your chakras by placing this fifth dimensional silver reflective bubble over you. Sense it round you. Also ask to connect to the true notes of your divine blueprint. You may feel them resonating through the cells of your body and your energy fields, then reverberating through the universe. Take a moment to feel your essence chiming with the notes of everyone on earth, bringing everything into perfect harmony. So there was a little bit of a gift there because I had just an intuitive little hit there to share that message. So it's pertinent in the world of ours at the moment.
Absolutely. And what's coming through to me is that we are all one. That message of we are all one, and that harmony is binding us together. Beautiful.
Yes, yes, completely. And
Yeah.
the other one that jumped, the jumper, I need to
Yes.
reveal the jumper because I can
Reveal.
imagine if I was listening back to something and then it ended and I was like, she never said what was the one that jumped. It's like, oh my gosh, I put it back. I know it was about honing your psychic gifts, actually.
Ah,
That's what actually jumped. Archangel Drenka, hone your psychic abilities, see through illusion.
wow.
And
Woohoo.
And interestingly enough, we got the purple and yellow again.
Wow.
And more interestingly enough is the little story that I popped out in Miracles Are Normal features the color yellow.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes, and a little yellow school bag. And how one of my earliest, I didn't overthink this story. I actually just let it go. And it's called The Miracle Is You.
The miracle.
And that The Miracle Is You and the chapter. So I gave a little bit of a poem and a little bit of a story that just flowed. And it was so simple, and yet it contacted and came from a real heart place. And I think this story that I've realized afterwards, because at the time I was like, oh my gosh, this is too simple. This is too simple. I can't share this. And I had that. And then I was like, let it go. It's not ever about me. This has been maybe the lesson of my life and maybe lots of people's lives, that sometimes the hardest thing is to let go of something.
Mm.
And the other hard thing to do is to ask for help or support.
Mhm.
And the only message that I have, and with the podcast Angels Connect, is this: that there is help available, and that it really all you need to do is ask. And it's that honoring the spiritual law. You ask for help, yeah? And it's as simple as that. So, simplicity, connection, love. Angels are here and they're very happy to help.
Yeah. I'd love to know in your practice, what has been one of the most surprising experiences you've had? Like maybe with angels coming in or with something that's happened while you've been working with somebody.
Yes, it's the actual things or messages, images, words I've received that have meant absolutely zero to me,
Mm.
have been like, ah, what? Share that? It's like, really? And having the courage to actually listen, honor it, share it.
Mm.
And it has always been impactful.
Wow.
People have gone, oh my God, or how did you know? It has been meaningful for people, whereas it has never come from a head place.
Yeah.
It has been divinely intuited,
Yeah.
is the easiest way to say it. So that kind of stuff happens. I think we create the field. It's all energy. We're all energy. And it's that field, because I know when I'm connected with fear, and when things happen in my life, and if I allow that fear to overtake me or hijack me, the energy field that I can create is really different to what I create when I'm connected with love and coming from a heart place. So that way, when I help people, in a way, it's not transmute or turn fear into love, because I don't believe in that. It's more about actually, identifying and being aware of what's frightening, scary. And as much fear as I have, it's not all of me, it's only a little part of me. And I can live with fear well,
Mm.
because I have this huge heart. And if I can learn how to love and bring everything back to yourself first, the relationship with yourself first, if that's really, really strong and loving, and if you cultivate that like growing a seed, tender it, take care of it, it's like then we can be really good in life.
That's a beautiful message. That is really, really a stunning message. Sure. And it sounds to me like you are quite clairaudient as well. You mentioned how you've heard whispers in your life. Do you ever have anything coming in where you're actually hearing voices as you're working with somebody? Or is it
Yes,
dropping through as yours?
it comes in. I hear it. It'll say it.
Ah,
Like something will be said what I hear usually comes in when I'm on my own. So if it's a voice,
Mm,
it's usually when I'm on my own.
mm,
When I'm with someone, it's usually an image, or it's a smell, or it's quite sensual,
mm,
or I might feel touched in a certain part of my body, or a certain part of my body might react in a way that I know it's nothing got to do with me.
mhm,
So in that, I use my body a lot that way and offer that, because if it's happening in the moment,
mm.
it's relevant,
Yeah.
because everybody's free to choose what either is relevant to someone or it's not. And I think we're always that limbic resonance, my nervous system, we're here together, we're creating a field.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So who are the kind of people who are attracted to work with you? You built a psychotherapy practice before this, right? Are clients different now that are showing up, now that you've moved
Mm.
into your other work? Are they different to when you first started your practice?
Yes, completely. I spent a lot of my life supporting adolescents and students in college. I was a college counselor for years and part of a team here that set up a therapy service for young people between 12 and 24. So that service never existed locally, free service. So that was wonderful. And I've done quite a lot of trauma recovery and living with trauma training, somatic work like that. So at the start of my career, like back in 2010, whatever, all those years, the next decade, would have been a lot of holding of trauma, working with trauma, and a lot of really helping young people to live freely and less concerned with what people think, even though developmentally that is what's forefront of a young person's, it's their peer groups. But however, people, teenagers, it's been really tough with them, with all their challenges. So I shifted then after that. I was doing more work kind of presence based and that. So what has run through it all, Lauren, is that I tend to attract people who are quite shy, quite tender in themselves,
Mm,
quite nervous for many reasons, quite anxious, feeling stressed for whatever reason. That is, in general, the type of person who will find me.
okay.
And that's what I'm good at, because I've the trauma training and the presence, and I have a really good nervous system myself, which is highly reactive. That's what its job is, to react. However, I've taught it how to respond. So rather than react, I respond and I choose. So that's a beautiful gift when I'm not being triggered. We all get triggered, and that can happen. So it's living with knowing what to do. I think if people know actually, oh, this is my next step, or that's my next step, or oh,
Mm,
there's this option available, there's that option available. It's
mm.
so helpful for people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something really special that somebody can come for a psychotherapy session and then have all this whole world open up to them. Where, as you say, you've got the somatic work and you've got the angel work, and there's so much that you can offer someone. It must be really amazing. I'm sure your clients absolutely adore working with you.
Well, we can have fun.
There was someone who came to South Africa. Her name was Wendy. I don't remember her surname, but she came to South Africa from the UK and she did this angel work. I'm not sure if she was also trained by Diana Cooper or not, but I had a session with her where I actually ascended. I'm also clairaudient and I heard the angels clapping and singing. You know how they talk about the voices of angels? It was unimaginably beautiful. It was like I was being received in heaven with cymbals and clapping and singing, and it was the most delicious experience. And when I
Oh,
came out of it, I feel like it was an ascension experience because there was a choice to come back to Earth or to stay there. And I chose to be here. And I said, well, what if I had chosen to stay there? It was so delicious there. It was such an amazing feeling to be there. And she said, well, then you would have died on the table. And I said, well, how would you have dealt with that? Like if that, that would have been crazy. I think we had a long discussion afterwards about what happens if someone chooses to ascend in the middle of your session. I was in my 20s then. That would have been crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it would have happened then or on the drive home or if I'd chosen to actually go to the light, but it was one of the most defining experiences of my life.
Yes. It
Yeah.
really reminds me of going to the light when I was 16, when I was really, really ill. And in the corner of the room, a light appeared.
Wow.
And I raised up and went towards the light, so much so that I could see my body below me. And as I went further and further to the corner of the room to the light, the face of Christ appeared.
Wow.
And then I heard the words, "It's not your time yet."
Oh, beautiful.
And I was disappointed in the moment. It was just so beautiful. It was like a magnet. That's the only way I can experience it. Like a magnet was pulling me. And when I came back into my body, the second I did, I began to heal.
Wow.
And it was like, it was that. And there's been so many different experiences like that. Well, my message was, it's not your time yet. And that was as close an experience. That expansive feeling that you experience, Lauren, that being held by an angel, that, it sounds like so divine an
Mm.
experience. And when you truly experience that, it's like nothing else. It's so unique and it's so real, you
Yeah,
know.
and it's why I don't fear death. It's why I don't look at it the same way as other people do. When my dad was dying, I was so happy for him to go to the light. I just think it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Yes, it's sad for us who lose people, but death is the most expansive experience we can have of us just being completely liberated. And I can understand your disappointment, in realizing it's not your time because it is an amazing feeling. Like you said, it magnetized that feeling of being drawn that way. You,
Yes.
it is a difficult decision to choose to be on the earth, but there's such beauty here too. And miracles are normal. We do see them every day, and people do have these near-death experiences that help them when they come back, their lives just take off in a way that they maybe never would have before.
Completely, completely. And that piece about the crossing over with people, and it's like this new relationship.
Yeah,
I have this relationship with my brother that I lost when I was 23. So it's like it's a new relationship. That bit about the spirit and consciousness living, it's very individual for everybody.
yeah,
So I don't want to impose my views on anybody. I can only talk about my experience and the ways that relationship continues and how I'm blessed. And
good.
it's different. Yeah.
And that's a choice. That's a choice one can make. I continue my relationship with my dad as well. And yeah, it's just shifted slightly because yeah, he was always that same energy and I can still communicate with him. So it's beautiful.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Poignant. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. And okay, so you've done a number of different books. You've done Divine Rebirth, Miracles Are Normal, and that very interesting title, Fearless Women Leaders and Their Untold Stories Revealed. I'm very intrigued by that title. I have to go get the book and read it, right? You're not going to
And
share a little bit?
well, I'll share with you what I said when I heard the title of the book myself,
Yeah.
because the way it happened, I landed in it and then I heard the title. So it was a peculiar
Okay.
kind of a unique journey that just occurred. So when I heard the title, I was like, oh, hold on. You've got the wrong book. Me in that? I was like, no. It's like, absolutely. I'm like, I'm in the wrong book. You're going to have to take me out.
Which
Me,
part of it? Which part?
fearless leaders. It's fearless leaders. I was just like, you sure it's not fearful leaders? It's back to this judgment piece, isn't it? This is what I'm shedding and shedding and shedding and shedding and shedding and shedding, you know. This part I was judging myself and judging that perhaps I couldn't be good enough, in inverted commas, to
Mm.
be a leader, you know. And what is a leader? And what is it to lead, really? And back then, I had this idea about myself that, like, who me?
Wow. So you
Right.
had to step into an alter ego to actually write that chapter, or did something
No.
come up that it just suddenly felt, oh, that's how I'm that?
It was actually what had happened is how it got offered was that a snippet of what I wrote about, which was the time my brother was missing for 6 weeks,
Wow.
and the impact of that place. You're neither here and you're neither there. It's a length of time where you live in lostness, and
Mm.
that feeling of being lost. I don't know if anyone's ever experienced the leg being pulled out from under you, or the carpet being pulled out, that whoosh, that sudden, yeah. So now I had to navigate that for 6 weeks, which is a horrendous experience. And I received a miracle in that I prayed that my brother would be found. Unfortunately, he was taken dead out of the river. However, I'm very blessed that my brother was found. There are many families that I'm aware of that still live in that place. And I wrote about that, actually, just about my brother, because at the time when my brother died, it was 1994. And at the time, that was pre internet. So I was very conscious of, oh my God, my brother doesn't even exist in the internet world. And in a way, I was like, oh, I'd like to make it that he does. So I titled the chapter Tommy and Tara. And in a sense, he does now. And what was also really beautiful about that chapter and book was that my mother died the very end of 2023. And when the book came out in June, I think it was 2023. And I was able to bring in the book to her and say, look, Mum, I said, I wrote a story about Tommy. And she just looked, and I'll never forget it. She just looked, and to just see her son's name on this book. And then the way she looked at me as if to say, how did you do this? And you wrote this. It was like she lit up. She just lit up. And to be able to bring that little bit of light and life to somebody 6 months before they died,
Yeah.
and that connection with her son. It was just beautiful, Lauren. It was just
Wow.
beautiful. So the way it all happened, that was divinely intuited. And I'm very grateful to the publisher. And
That's
that was
incredible.
Monique Alvarez, that
Mm.
Alma Publishing. So that happened. So I'm very grateful for that.
That is incredible. What an amazing story. Wow. So each of these books, I think that's how they happen. When I wrote my chapter for Miracles on Norma as well, I didn't know what I was going to write about. And then these miracles started happening. I knew there were so many miracles that happened in my life, and it was like, which one do I choose? And then suddenly just miracles happen that were obviously divinely timed and meant to be what I wrote about. And so I also looked at my story and I thought, it's so simple. It's nothing earth-shattering. I didn't raise someone from the dead. I didn't heal something massive. My story is just a simple little story, but it means something to me. And I'm hoping it'll mean something to the readers and that it will prove that miracles are normal and happen every day. Little miracles are happening all the time, and those little miracles make up a miracle life, really. Yeah.
Completely.
And it
Yeah,
is about noticing them. I think there's a very important point is that if we just notice the little miracles that happen and see them as miracles, they do take on a life of their own and they kind of snowball.
absolutely.
This
It's
miracle
it,
is turning into miracle of this book and the miracle of the community and the miracle of these wonderful sessions we're having. Like you just never know where it's going to go next.
it's expansive. It's so
It is
expansive.
expensive. Yeah.
And it's that if I can look for love, if I can look for the miracle,
Yeah.
if I can experience love, if I
Yeah.
can experience the miracle,
Yes.
it's like, wow, to be surrounded with all this gorgeousness. It's like, yes.
I know. And all these gorgeous people. We're meeting the most incredible people through this project. It's so amazing. It's just been so amazing to meet you. And this call has been absolutely amazing. Is there any final message you'd like to leave with the audience? Is there anything you'd like to say that you feel we haven't said yet? Anything about the book, about launch, a message that you just feel people need to hear? Parting words.
Mm. I'd love to invite everybody. What's just come now is to practice and get really, really good at sharing love.
Wonderful.
I know I'm in practice and I'm evolving, but if I can get really, really good at it, receiving love and giving love, it's like breathing, like that tide going in and out. It's like, can we really do both of those really, really well? And in that, experience joy.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that. And you mentioned that somebody could do a mini session of Hakomi with you. Do you have a link for that that I can share in the description?
Yeah, I think if anybody wants direct contact, Tara Hynes on Facebook or tarahynes.ie is my website.
Mhm.
So there's a little contact form so they can just fill it out and I'll get that message. Or if they just want to send a direct message on Facebook, that's easy as well, Tara Hynes. Or listen to the podcast. That would be so helpful. It's
Link.
just starting because I want to really interview people and give people an opportunity to share their stories.
Oh,
Um,
you have a podcast as well.
yes,
Oh,
Angels Connect.
Angels Connect is your podcast. Okay, I'm going to
Yes,
share that as well.
yes, it's on Spotify.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you.
And of course, they can also come and connect with you in our school community, which is Miracles Are Normal. So I'll pop that link there as well. And I'm just really excited about getting this out to the world. I think it was amazing, amazing chat. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Right.
thank you so much for the opportunity and for the beautiful work you're doing, Lauren. Thank
Okay.
you.
Mwah.